Let's get it. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas once again, and I'm so glad to see it. I hope everyone is well today, and like myself, you are able to get out and enjoy this day. Getting that fresh air, some sunshine, and hopefully some exercise in, as we usually love to say. I see we have our geese back in town from their winter trip. Geese, goose. Back in town. Trying to find a spot to sit down and do my recording, but it's so windy right now that I was gonna wait. And maybe we'll just keep it moving today. I did have a great thought I wanted to share as always. And it is, wake up. Stop hitting the snooze. Wake up. Stop hitting the snooze. And we all know about hitting that snooze button in the mornings, especially today when it's like freezing, when we had that frost early this morning. My wife and I didn't really want to move. But we have responsibilities we have to take care of, so we got to keep it moving. And I had some major issues yesterday uploading my last recording. So I was up pretty late trying to get it uploaded. And I would usually upload it to YouTube, but I'm letting YouTube go. Like I said before, I think I'll just put links in YouTube to where I'm uploading the recordings now. But we'll see how the Most High leads. I really like the ease of use with YouTube, and I guess I shouldn't even say that. It's just because I've gotten used to it. But we're going to share our thought for today. And I really hope it's one that we will really ponder and put into action within our own hearts and lives. And as I said, wake up and come, stop hitting the snooze button. Or no, wake up and stop hitting the snooze. But the Most High gave me this thought like day before yesterday, along with another thought he gave me about the sons of the Most High being revealed. So I was like, Father, which way you want to go? Which one you want me to go over? And as I said that day, he had given me two thoughts, but he wanted me to speak on that one that day. And the script he gave me with this one, and I do want to come back and apologize for yesterday's recording or the prior recording for me not giving the script, but I put it in the description afterwards. And I don't usually make that mistake. And like I said, I apologize. But I did put it in the description. And I'm going to give my script for today with this thought. And it is, come out from among them and be separate, says the Most High. And no, let's not do it like that. Let's actually read it. And it's actually 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate, says the Most High, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. And see, when the Most High gave me this thought, there were some things going on in the Hebrew community that he told me he was exposing. And I said, okay, Father. And it's something that's in the Hebrew community news of a video going around where some of the brethren were supposedly in the strip club, or supposedly in a club with, like they said, the staff scantily dressed or dressing like strippers. We'll put it that way. But I dare not accuse the brethren, as he was making a strong point that folks shouldn't do. And I almost wanted to judge the brother because of the evidence I saw before me. But that's not my place, or should I say the brother in, but he was speaking up for him. But that's not my place. My place is to say, come out from among them and touch not the unclean thing. And see, the reason why this is so important these days is because you have individuals affecting other individuals. You have folks trying to come out of the world system, and you have Hebrews telling them it's okay to dibble and dabble in the world system, like a recording I did maybe a month or two ago about dibbling and dabbling. And it's basically saying it's okay, do what you want to do. Do as you wilt, as the old Luciferian saying go. It's okay. It's all right. And also, he's telling his people not to be amongst the unbelievers. And a lot of folks would say this is saying come out of the world, but that's not so. Paul is actually telling the called out assembly, the Most High's people, to come out from among their own people. And that's what we're saying today. Come out from among the unbelievers and touch not the unclean thing. And see, a lot of the folks I'm talking about today are what I was saying the day before yesterday in that recording about the sons of the Most High being revealed, and that they're going to be revealed because they're tired and sick and tired of folks perpetrating their Father's name, saying they're in the way, but they're not actually in the way. They're leading folks down the wrong path. And this has always been the case in our people. We've always had a few sellouts to the people. And when I was pondering and praying over this subject, this idea for today, the Most High reminded me of the churches that's lining up, or should I say the churches that's lining up their peoples to get that raid in the need of hot shot. And we all know what I'm talking about. And it's because they're having an incentive to have their people get the hot shot. And anybody that's been in the hood know what I mean when I say hot shot. Raid, hot shot. Because you know about roaches. And I like saying it this way because President Trump, or former President Trump, said that folks should put Raid in a bottle or Raid in a needle to cure themselves from the goings on. And we all know what I'm talking about. But just in case where some of the platforms are seeing this recording, I want the message to get across. But we're sending out a funny mixed signal to our people. Because I have heard a teacher or a preacher say that if Yahusha himself was around, he would endorse the hot shot. That he would have folks lining up in droves to get the hot shot. And I said to myself, now why would Yahusha, God himself embodied in man, need for man to do what he can do with just a word? And the word that he usually gave was, your sins are forgiven, be healed. And that's all it took. So why would this well-known evangelist, preacher, or should I say well-known son of a major evangelist, come out and say that? It's because they're in cahoots with this world's order and system. But it's up to us as the sons of the Most High to say, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And as I started off saying, there is even treachery within the Hebrews. And like I said, it's not my job to point out folks or to say if folks are wrong or not today. Not today. But it's my job, and I'm putting forth the effort to say, wake up. Stop hitting snooze. And see, what I thought about when I said, well, when the Most High gave me this thought, stop hitting the snooze, it's because we're always trying to delay the inevitable. And pardon me for not getting that to flip off my lips like I should, but you know what I'm talking about. We always want to delay for today, delay until tomorrow what we can and should do today. And I heard a fella teaching on this subject about some of the things that's been going on in the Hebrew community and in the church. That's basically leading our peoples in the wrong direction. And he was actually speaking on the buffoonery and showing video recordings, well, the recording, and putting his subtitles to it. So I said to myself, well, I said to the Father, it's not up to me to call out people, like I said today, because they're already exposed. And it's like whooping a dead horse, as the old saying goes. When a person has been exposed and the point has been gotten across, then you just leave it. But at the same time, you tap the people that's being affected by it on the shoulder and ask them, have you had enough yet? boy. I dare not say what I was thinking, but I have to now. Pardon me. Well, I won't say it the way I was thinking it. Let's put it that way. Thank God it's Friday. Another week we made it through. Let's put it like that. And I think it's worth mentioning the script that all of this comes back to. That if we were yielding ourselves to the Most High, so He could take out that stony heart and put in us a heart of flesh like He says, then we wouldn't be hearing these problems from the church or from the Hebrews, or we should say the called out assembly, which are His people, the Hebrews, and those that attach themselves to them. And I'm put into mind the old thought that we held or had while we was on the streets. And that was putting the blame back on the people that you're manipulating and hurting. The thought was, basically, if I don't do it, somebody else gonna do it. Hey man, all right. The thought in the street, hey bro, the thought in the street was, if I don't sell the dope to them, somebody else will, because they're always gonna be addicts. Or crackheads was the saying back then. But see, the problem with that mentality is that there was dope before there was crackheads or addicts. So that mentality is totally butt backwards. Because it don't make sense. If there's no one there to sell the dope, then there wouldn't be a problem. Because we have this mentality though, somebody is always going to be there to do it. How you doing, man? All right. But as I was saying before, enough is enough. See, the thing about it is, when the Most High exposes, and that's what it was, that's the thought I had. We have to hold these folks accountable. And that's who made the comment. My boy from Teo Ministries. He said, when a person is caught red-handed, you call a spade a spade. You don't ask if what I just saw with my own eyes is really the truth or really real. You just say, thank you, Most High, for exposing the fake and holding them accountable. Because the whole point about it is, with our people, we're steady hitting the snooze, steady falling back to sleep. And see, the wake-up call is only for a season. See, with most clocks, or alarm clocks, or alarms, that is, it only gives you so many chances to hit the snooze before it say, okay, they ain't getting up. It's programmed that way. And see, that's how life is itself. And this walk with the Most High. He'll give you plenty of opportunities, but it's going to be up to you to take heed to the call and to read the signs. See, that's one of the most, what's the word? I'd say the biggest problem with our people, we choose not to read the signs. And see, I'm trying to be nice and stay collective today and not get into my emotions about this idea. But see, what's really going on with me is the Most High has taken out that stony heart that I used to have when I was out there selling dope and saying, if I don't do it, somebody gonna do it. And he's giving me a heart of flesh to where I truly care about his people. to where I know that what I do daily has gone as far past me doing a daily vlog or me doing a daily journal, because this idea was given to me by my speech therapist when she was teaching me how to talk again. And I pretty much exhausted all of her lessons. She said it would be a good idea for you to do a daily journal and watch your mouth as you go back and edit it or go back and look at it and see where you actually need to improve on words and find out which words are causing you problems. And that's where this journal has started. And two, it's been a point of me telling my story and getting it out for myself. It hasn't been, well, it wasn't really about sharing with other people in the beginning. It was all about me telling my story to and for myself. Because when you tell your own story, sometimes you need to hear it for yourself and take account to what you've actually been through yourself. And it'll help you. But let me knock out these last squats before this camera runs out. And as you can tell, this is not my normal camera. I'm sure you can tell because I sure can by lugging it, and I dare not complain because it gets the job done. But let's get it. And my word of encouragement is to seek the Most High's face as usual. and ask of him where you might be missing the mark. Because as I've learned, we've all have or got room for improvement. But it starts, pardon me, as I've been alluding to, and as I said in that script, it starts with the heart. Because if we don't have a heart for the things of the Most High, then we're not going to care about his people. And what a stony heart means, it means a hard heart and selfish, to where you're only concerned about yourself and your family. But when we get out of that attitude or that mentality, then the Most High can use us for his sake. Somebody left a perfectly good rod out here. Looks like they had, because the reel messed up, and just left it in the bucket. And I've seen that before. Folks get mad and upset for a lack of catching fish, to where that day they give up fishing altogether and say, I'm not doing it no more. And a lot of them would throw their rod and reel into the lake or river or the ocean, which I've seen it happen on the riverbank. One of them old coons got mad and said the blankety blank with it. And what I think happened is he had a catfish on his line, and the catfish took him to the bottom in a hole and caused the line to snap. But that was funny to me. But we can't have that mentality as sons of the Most High and give up. And see, as I said in the recording yesterday or the day before, that's all Hasatan's mission, is to destroy us and to steal them words the Most High has put in our hearts. Also, I said he want to make a fool out of us. See, it's not enough for him to destroy us, but he has to go back and destroy your work so that your work won't be any more profitable for the kingdom. But I choose to say, no, we're not going to do it. We're going to keep standing on the Most High's word, keep telling the truth and shaming that devil, and do whatever he tells us to say and do. But for now, I'm going to jump on this bike. Most High willing, we're going to get around here for 5 miles, finishing strong for the week, and take it to the house. And I keep hearing the Most High tell me that that word of encouragement was incomplete. My power ran out on that camcorder right as I was gonna come back with that thought of encouragement again. And that is, like I say, or like I'm always like to try to say, is seek the Most High's face and ask Him if you are missing the mark in any area in your life. And if you're being hitting the snooze. And a lot of us are still asleep in a lot of areas in our lives. That's the point I'm making. And we're not gonna wake up until we question if we're asleep or not. And most of the time we're so far in our slumber, if you might want to call it that we need help waking up. We need an alarm to go off to wake us up. And we actually need the Most High's help to wake us up. Because as the text says, one of the texts says, the only folks, in my own words, the only folks that comes to the Father are those that He draws. So I would highly believe that if you're hearing this recording, that He's drawing you to Him today. And as the text also says, harden not your heart. Today, give ear to the Most High. And this again is in my own words. Because today could be the last. And that thought just came to me. A lot of people die off in their sleep at night. Okay, that's going to be my time for today. I'm not going to record my ride. Like I said, I've been having issues with my sports cams. That's why I broke out the camcorder. And it's one of them smaller camcorders, but it's not one I can attach to my helmet, like the little sports cam. It's actually one you slide your hands into the grooves of the camera, a small one. It's not one of them old ones. I say camcorder, and I know everybody's mind goes back to them big ones that you used to put on your shoulder. But I'm going to get on around this track. Most I will and get these 5 in, like I said. But that's my word of encouragement. Seek the Most High's face and make a habit of it, like I do every morning. I'm lost if I don't hear from the Most High. Every morning, if I don't hear from Him, I'm pretty much, I don't know what to do. Yes, we all have a normal routine we tend to go through, but I need to know that the Father is walking with me on my normal routine. Especially when He's called me to do these recordings and to share the thought that He gives me daily. Because I want to rightly divide the word of truth when I do give my thoughts and ideas on the subject. I want to make sure that I'm hearing from Him correctly. And see, a lot of us, and that's why I always hate to be hard on the churches, too hard on the churches, and too hard on camps, as folks say, which I don't really like speaking on the camps at all. Besides, I think I have spoke on them once or twice about cussing folks out and how is that really going to be Christ-like. But I had to back up off it because Christ whipped the folks out of the temple. And at the same time, I have to trust, like the Most High has been telling me, I have a plan. So I can't speak against what other folks doing, especially since what they're doing has attracted me to being awake. Or I should say, they was the alarm that woke me up. And I thank you, Father, for that answer or that thought. A lot of times we have a zeal what's the word? We have a zeal for knowledge, a zeal for the Most High, but we don't walk in the power thereof. We have a zeal for knowledge, but we don't walk in the power thereof. I'm gonna look it up and put it in the recording, but I want to say that word because that's what's going on, and that's what I was gonna say. A lot of times, like I was when I was in the church all my life, I thought I was walking in righteousness. But as Teo Ministry says, and that's the thought I had, he was like, it says in the text that in the last days, wisdom shall abound. But he was like, well, why have the church been walking in the same wisdom for the last 2,000 years or the last 1,000 years and haven't changed, but have stayed the same and have gotten worse? To they're actually imposing on their people to take the hot shot. Or as he called it, the lollipop. He called it the lollipop. But I like to call it the raid hot shot. Okay, let's go on and get this ride in. Shalom.